a star in everyone's eyes. And when she said she'd be a movie queen, nobody laughed. A face like an angel, she could be anything. Emmeline, Emmeline, I'm gonna write your name high on that silver screen. Emmeline, Emmeline, I'm gonna make you the biggest star this world has ever seen. At 17, we were wed and worked day and night to earn our daily bread. And every day Emma would go out searching for that play that never, ever came her way. You know, sometimes she'd come home so depressed. I'd hear her crying in the back room, feel so distressed. And I'd remember back when she was 5 to the words that used to make Emmeline come alive. It was Emmeline, Emmeline, I'm gonna write your name high on that silver screen.
Peace and salutations. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time, we call it the Master Blaster Jamming. I am your host, Underground News Network, Aital Ayman. This is the comprehensive chart of time, part 2, from 1930 to 1930 until 2009. I believe we have 79 years. The two redemption movements, the Nation of Islam under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Rastafari movement. These were the two movements given to us by the hands of time, that we pull ourselves up from slavery. From the inception of slavery in the United States, it was always our plight to become free. Thus we had individuals and we had movements, organizations who tried. We had the Panthers, we had certain people, Angela Davis, who had an idea and put that idea into action. A lot of the people that rose up, they did it because they felt the need to. It was in our mass consciousness as a people now being one people in a similar situation, pulled from different tribes, different families, different backgrounds, different religions even. But America made us one people. We had sun-dry movements for the last 79 years, since 1930. There has not been a consensus. We had those two movements, the Nation of Islam and the Rastafari. Many other movements have copied those two movements, have copied those blueprint movements. Many other movements have came out of those movements. Many other movements have been inspired by those movements, which is the foundation. By the hand of time, the Nation of Islam was given 60 years, which is symbolic of the 6,000-year rule of the Aduma, Satan, or the ruling class, Illuminati, that is ruling now. So Dr. Farad Muhammad, in all his wisdom given to him by Allah, he set a mechanism into the format of the Nation of Islam where their teachings would be over at 1990. They had a 7-year grace period, and the Minister Louis Farrakhan came up, conceived the ideas of the Million Man March. This wisdom is now exhausted. We have now moved into the wisdom of the Rastafari. The teachings of the Underground News Network is the Master Blaster Jamming, which is the Kabbalistic wisdom that's inside of our music. The current rulers of the world, with the help of their poets, this is how they rule the world. Their poets sat down and conceived concepts, ideas, precepts, etc. They studied their Kabbalistic wisdom, that was handed down esoterically, occultly, word of mouth, or telepathically. This is the wisdom of the Anunnaki. This is the wisdom of the scriptures, a understanding of the allegory, metaphor, and the simile. So we have the movement coming up out of the Rastafari, the prophet Bob Marley, who was cut down at 36 years of age. When Bob Marley was taken out of the scenario, rap was ushered in. Rap is the Antichrist. That's the first time a lot of you heard this, but rap is a tool of the Antichrist. You can say rap is the Antichrist as the Rastafari, the reggae music, the true reggae music, the Chunai Bengi music that was given to us by the prophet Bob Marley. That esoteric message was the Christ message. It was a message of the Anunnaki. It was a message of his imperial majesty Haile Selassie I, who has chased his lineage all the way back to the Anunnaki from Nibiru. This is our ancient Egyptian wisdom, the ancient wisdom that came out of Samaria. This is that wisdom. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself. At this time, we call it the Master Blaster Jamming. We tell you that we are concerned, as you hear us say, we must come together and form a consensus. This consensus agreement, we must know what we are to do, follow that blueprint, which is laid down in the esoteric teachings of the Underground News Network. You can find that at www.unn13.com. Again, this is part 2 of the comprehensive chart of time.
I'm gonna make you the biggest star this world has ever seen. It was a cold, dark December night when I opened up.
Just as it was in the beginning, it is written, so shall it be in this time. As I've often said, the most pressing issue in the world today is the culmination of the already now polarized shift. So this message of Underground News Network is the key. Key being, it is the vehicle to get off of the planet. A lot of us cannot see this. Think about it. NASA leaves the planet almost every day. So if NASA can leave the planet, why can't its people leave the planet? We're at a state of pandemic right now. People are not yet panicking, but we predict by fall we will have a reason to panic. But prepare yourselves now. This is the SOS. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself. At this time, the Master Blaster Jamming is called.